What's up, Reefers? Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be going over my top 5 list of must-have cleanup crew for your reef tank. Let's get it. Once again, thank you everybody for tuning in today. Before we do get started, please hit that subscribe button for me. The more subscribers we have, the more content we can continue to make for you. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be going through my top 5 list of must-have cleanup crew for your reef tank. Starting with number 5, working all the way down to number 1, and if you stay till the end, there is one bonus creature. Let's dive right into it. Number 5 on the list is the Mexican turbo snail. Mexican turbo snail has a very large footprint. He's a bigger guy. You can get a handful at a time, and they do wonders on cleaning your glass. They will graze through the sand as well, leaving and stirring up your sand bed and keeping it nice and fresh looking. I primarily like to scrape the front of my glass on my fish tank to remove the algae, but I leave the back open for them to graze a little bit more. They work wonders, and they are workhorses. They will never stop for you. Keep in mind, if you do purchase a Mexican turbo snail, they are notorious for falling on their back and not being able to upright themselves. If you see them on their back in trouble, go ahead and give them a little boost to sit back upright. Moving right along to number 4 on the list is the hermit crab. The hermit crab is one of the classics for any fish tank. There's many different species, many shapes, many colors. I typically go with a handful of reds and a handful of blue leg hermit crabs. I primarily get them because they are just really fun to watch and they never stop. They're really good at grazing your sand and your rocks. They will eat absolutely anything. A few times fish had died in my fish tank, and before I can get up to remove them, the hermit crabs have already taken care of them. Hermit crabs do molt, so you might see their legs outside of their shell somewhere in the fish tank and think that it's dead. It is not dead. Most of the time they just kind of shed their skin and grow into a new skin. They like to jump shells as well, so if you have larger shells, they'll continue to grow. They basically grow into any shell size that you have within your fish tank. Moving right along to number 3 is the classic zombie or Nassarius snail. These creatures are really cool to watch, but they typically have a snorkel that comes out of their head. A lot of the times you put them in your fish tank and they will just disappear. You might see a snorkel or two kind of sticking out of the sand, but they will just go through your sand bed grazing and stirring up it as they kind of look for food. The cool part is once you do feed and you have a bunch of Nassarius or zombie snails within your fish tank, they rise from the ground like they are coming back alive from the dead, just like a zombie would. That's how they get their notorious name. I keep a handful of these in my tank as well. They do wonders on the sand bed and just a cool creature to watch. Moving right along to number 2 is the classic cleaner shrimp. What is a reef tank without a cleaner shrimp? Cleaner shrimp is just another cool creature to watch. They usually don't really hide, so they're always out and about, and they have great personalities. Cleaner shrimp are good at absolutely everything. They graze and they eat anything that's available for them. And if you're lucky, they might even help clean off your fish. My cleaner shrimp likes to hang underneath the cave, and the fish will swim right up to him, and he'll latch on and just pick up all the stuff that's on them to help them get a little car wash, if you will. And last but certainly not least, number 1 is a sleeper in my opinion. It is the fighting conch. The fighting conch was something that I got later on in my reefing career, and I swear up and down that if I would have known about them before, I would have picked one up as soon as possible. I have 2 within my fish tank, and the reason they're so beneficial is they have this nice trunk that comes out, so they're really cool to watch, and they just stick to things and they grab onto it and then slide their really heavy shell behind them. So what it does is it constantly stirs your sand bed, relieving you of any algae or dead spots within your fish tank. I personally love the fighting conch. I'm not sure where they get their name, but I've never seen mine fight anything. They're pretty docile creatures, but love to graze, and they will work non-stop for you. As I mentioned in the very beginning, I do have one bonus creature, and this is something that I recently just got, but I wish I would have known about a long time ago. For a very long time, I had issues with my sand bed, lots of algae, lots of detritus, lots of buildup, and then once I accumulated a good cleanup crew, it kind of got rid of all that stuff. However, the one creature that I love the absolute most is the horseshoe crab. Horseshoe crabs, in my opinion, and what I thought were huge creatures. I was able to find one that was very small, and he has just done wonders for my sand bed. He spends the day underneath the sand, occasionally will pop out and swim around the fish tank, and they just look absolutely awesome. I would recommend looking into your local fish shop and see if you have any available. That wraps up our top 5 list and the one bonus. Before we do go, please hit that subscribe button for me. As we mentioned in the beginning, more subscribers we have, more content I can continue to make for you. If you'd like to see more top 5 or top 10 lists, please leave a comment down below. More than happy to do these for you guys. Don't forget to visit me on Instagram as well. Until next time, happy reefing.